But what if we told you that beyond a comforting sip of relaxation, tea can also be used as a tool to promote healing from within? Tamika Janti created Taomi Tea and Treats after discovering the many therapeutic properties of the beloved beverage, and she joins me now to share how we can level up our own lives one sip at a time. So good morning, Tamika.
Good morning.
Okay, so tea has been a huge part of your life ever since childhood. So what was it about it that inspired you to create this tea business?
Yes, my mom and my dad, they're born and raised in Haiti.
Okay.
And in my culture, literally tea is like the healing component of my culture. So there's like a tea for everything. If you're sick, if you're going through a breakup, there's just a tea remedy for all of that. And so just growing up, you know, I would just see a lot of tea around the house, going to my grandma. She always would have a remedy, a tea remedy for anything. My auntie, seeing dry leaves on the kitchen countertop. It was just, tea was always around.
I mean, it's one thing to be kind of born into it and have your family do it, but how did you discover that tea actually has healing properties?
Oh, that's a great question. I really started realizing that when I got sick myself. I was 17 years old. I was in and out of the hospital. I was having like severe tummy pain. I didn't know what it was, and I remember my mom would she would take me to the doctor. They didn't know what it was, and then finally they found a bacteria in my stomach, and the doctors would give me so much medication, but none of the medication ever worked for me. But then tea did. My mom would make tea for me, some Haitian remedy.
What tea was this?
It literally
for all the tummy troubles.
It's actually the Justine's Miracle Haitian tea, and my mom is named Justine. It has chamomile in it. It has cloves, a pinch of baking soda, garlic skin, cinnamon, and my mom would boil it, and literally it would heal all the pain, all the discomfort, and then also my grandma, my aunties would make me some tea as well. So that's when I knew, I was like, okay, tea is definitely a healing component for me.
Absolutely. Okay, so you've created your own blends, like you said, but viewers pretty much, they likely have a lot of these teas in their cupboards. Okay, so right now that we can support our physical and mental health, so you say that tea can help anxiety.
Yes.
I know a lot of people are probably really anxious these days and stressed out from the holidays. So what do we need to calm our nerves down?
This is actually one of the most popular questions that I get, and you know, I have an anxiety disorder, so my go-to is peppermint, chamomile, lavender, and lemongrass.
Together?
You can drink them separately, but it is definitely give you more calming benefits if you combine them together.
Now, is it just equal parts of all of them if you have to go and get, you know, the tea separate?
Usually what I do is 2 tablespoons of each.
Okay.
That's what I do. And then I let it steep for at least 4 minutes, let it really steep in the water, and then drink it hot, especially before you go to bed.
Okay, so I know certain teas require less temperature, some require more, so what would something like that be? Or what's like a rule of thumb when you're steeping tea?
I always go through the rule of thumb when it comes from my mama. I learned it from my mama. I always just go with when the tea is actually darker. So if the water is like light, that means, okay, it needs to steep just a little longer. Now, when it comes to obviously like darker leaves like green tea and black tea, you just want it to steep for at least three minutes.
Okay, perfect. So what about, you were talking about tummy aches and digestion. What do you recommend for that?
Ooh, I definitely recommend ginger. Ginger is life. Ginger is really great for a lot of things. So ginger, definitely put that into your tea. Actually, cloves as well can definitely heal your digestive tract. Also, peppermint as well. I tend to always go to peppermint, chamomile, cloves, and cloves. Okay,
so when you're talking about ginger, could you use the powdered ginger, or do you recommend using an actual like raw ginger?
I personally like to use the actual ginger. So cutting it up in small pieces and just adding it to your tea.
All right, fantastic. All right, let's talk about menstrual discomfort. I know a lot of women can go through a lot of pain and it's just really uncomfortable. We don't want to take medicine for it, so what do you recommend?
Once again, ginger.
Ginger's the heal-all.
Literally ginger, and it's actually, you know, I personally go through this a lot as well. So ginger and also peppermint as well.
Peppermint, okay. Peppermint's a good one to have. So we should all be buying ginger and peppermint. Okay. What about keeping our hormones happy?
Yes, this one is actually a really great question. I would definitely start incorporating spearmint tea and peppermint into your healthcare routine.
Okay, what if we don't like mint? What if people just don't like the flavor of mint? Is there anything else that we can?
I always tell, because I get this question a lot. There's a lot of people that they are not too they really don't like the taste of mint.
Yeah.
So I always say combine it with another blend, another herb.
So as long as you're incorporating the mint.
Yeah, so for example, lemongrass. Lemongrass and mint, especially that lemongrass, can definitely really just die down some of that minty ingredient.
All right, it'll dilute it a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
what about a tea to reduce inflammation?
Oh, this one is a good one. Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Turmeric incorporating into your tea is definitely the #1 thing, especially if you are dealing with inflammation and some pain. Turmeric and definitely ginger.
All right, well, Tanika, thank you so much.
These are all
great tips, and thank you so much for spending part of your morning with us. NBC News Daily is next. Go grab a cup of tea. Bye.
Thank you.